Football lovers, sanibonani. Welcome to PK Sports with Bonginkosi. Ngithembe ukuthi ni kahle, niyaphila. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have already subscribed, please don't forget to leave a like. Ngabonga kakhulu futhi ngawenza omkhulu umehluko. Danko. I'm going to do a lineup prediction of Kaizer Chiefs versus Zesco United. It's a CAF Confederation Cup, meaning Kaizer Chiefs, they must do everything within their power to win this match because it is important ukuthi sosuka kule position esikuyo bese lapho sihlambe up at least isohlala ku position ethe ukubonakala so that we can maximize our chances of making it out of that group because it is a tough one, but I believe with the Kaizer Chiefs can make it out of that group because they are capable. Hopefully with the coach, the lineup that is going to use will be the lineup that is going to win us the game, and it is going to be also the subs that are going to be impact players when introduced second half. So let's start. Ukuthi Kaizer Chiefs, obviously they've started a year with the win, something positive. First time is winning game after an international break. That's a positive. We should continue with the momentum, especially knowing very well ukuthi CAF Confederation is not a tournament whereby it is easy to compete there because everyone, when they get a chance, they make sure they use and they capitalize. So our defense must be solid. Midfield must be compact. There must be stability in that middle of the park so that Zesco United don't find it easy to trade passes so that they can break our lines because it is important to see gain a shape because if we lose the shape we can concede goals, but so far so good. We've managed to concede less goals because our defense have been resolute. Doesn't matter ukuthi kuqale bani ungaqalanga, but whoever that is being entrusted to do the job, he does make sure ukuthi he do the best possible that he can. So let's start emapalini. Brendan Peterson akekho omunye ongamreplace this season, not unless he gets injured or suspended, but he just showed ukuthi sometimes it is important ukuthi mawuwa uvuka uyithintithe ngoba nokukhala kusizi because akekho nendaba nawo. So the best thing you can do is to make sure ukuthi you lift yourself up and try again. So lawo ke umvuzo wakhe ke njengoba thola lama clean sheet awatholayo, but you must also give credit to our defense because they are rock solid at the back. Left back, on this one I see Kaizer Chiefs changing because for Aiden McCarthy that's not a suitable game for him to be used there because also Pulemori kuzodingeka ukuthi akwazi ukuthi naye a-add inumber forward compared to ukuthi abe defensive. So Kaizer Chiefs will use the experience of Paseka Mako left back. I believe Utumako can help us, but the high tech he is of a disadvantage because of those long balls that they use to play behind him. But experience does count into an NJ. It's all about timing. So I believe Paseka Mako is the right man for a left back. And then left center back, bazokhuphuka ngaye Inacio Miguel. I don't see him being changed or being put on the bench because yes, he is clumsy, but ubutlamzi bakhe at some point buyasebenzela because we need aggression. But abantu abaningi abamthandisisi uMiguel ngenxa ukuthi wenza ama-fouls unnecessary, but kwamanye wabo they do help the team. I believe ukuthi bazosebenzisa yena ku left center back because of his experience and aggression. Ku right center back akekho omunye ngaphandle kwe defender dribble strike. There's only one defender that dribbles strikers, Zita Kwinika. So his composure, calmness on the ball and the vision, it is the one that makes us to be able to build from the back because he's too relaxed, doesn't panic. Even if they press him, he understands ukuthi before I do anything I must make sure ukuthi I already scanned, and when I look forward, when I look sideways, I know ukuthi there's always an option That's what makes him to be the player that he is. Let's go to a right back. This time I believe they're gonna start with Dylan Solomon, because obviously it seems like he enjoys this competition 2-on-2, so he might be trying to add a third goal in 3 games. So it simply means that the coaches will trust him, because we saw what he was a bit off Monyano on that game when we played versus Golden Arrows. But that's what depth does for you. A gamma options and the variety. It's all about good. How do you want to attack? If you need someone to play in the half spaces and allow room for ama wingers good bakwazi cooperate on the flanks, you will get a Monyane. But if you need someone who also want to cut inside and have a shorted goal, also can use Dylan Solomons. But Solomons, one thing about him is the pace, because even if he overlaps, but he managed to recover because of his pace yak. And one thing about him that he has improved on, I believe, is his timing and the first touch, because but now he's more relaxed. That's why Simbona yenza izinto azenzayo when he has the ball on his feet. In the middle of the park, but ungayilungisi uma ingamoshekanga. Bazokhuphuka ku-number 8, box to box midfielder, the black ball. Position Love is the player that will be used with number 8 position, because it's not only about him being able to control the tempo, him being able to recover very quick, but it's all about him understanding, Guti, this is what I need to do when things go south. This is what I need to do if I feel my defense is overwhelmed, including a central defensive midfielder. So it is good to have a player like that. And after a good game he had versus Golden Arrows, surely this game will be something else. But let's not put pressure on him. Allow him be, but hopefully he'll produce the result, because we know what he can ride the entire 90 minutes. Akathala ke laphana. Bese number 6 sengivele ngayiqala phakathi but ningixolele. Number 6 is Lebohang Maboyi, kuyobuyela yena futhi, because I think we're gonna need his experience laphana kule position ukuthi sizibamba kanjani indaba, because another thing, he's a ball player, doesn't panic when pressed. He knows ukuthi every time when I receive kumele kube ne outlet engizoyispanisa, and when I mark angizilahleli. It's all about the timing, ukuthi even if bangenza kanjalo nje bangigile, I know ukuthi kumele ngirecover kanjani. So that's what you need from a player, especially in the absence of Ox. Maboyi is entrusted with that position. Basically, attacking midfield, I think they're gonna use, no, let me not say I think, I believe ukuthi kuyokhushuka ngayi lapha noMduduzi Shabalala, because I don't know ukuthi kwenzakalani nguGaston Sereno, but so far kusasetshenziswa yena uMduduzi, but he's a bit off. I hope ukuthi uzo recover, ingqondo uzoyibuyisela esimeni lesi bekakuso makabuye ku representa iBafana kuma qualifiers of iFIFA World Cup. Kuma wingers, I see Upulomori also starting a game, especially after having a good game versus Golden Arrows. Didn't score, no assisted, but he was very pivotal. He was instrumental in Kaizer Chiefs winning, especially helping Umakat. But now Magyoqala Umako simply means good day. He must make sure with his head is at the right space, whereby he's gonna be able to decide and make sure with the decisions are correct. He must be precise in thinking. If I have to pass, I pass. If I have to take on a player, I take on a player. If I do a cutback, I do a cutback. If I have to score, I have to score. Because he's one player I believe he's lacking in terms of a confidence. So he needs a confident booster. So us backing him up is gonna help us also with this wazi, with this uplift everyone okhona. Because lento buwa my fans, it doesn't make sense, because if thina laba bathembele kithi siba diqelela phansi, what about outsiders? Pulemori angeke ukuthi ngiyamthanda, but you reward the player because of umsebenzi omuhle wenza the hard work. striking force, and even though ungayithandi le role abamdlalisa yona as a false 9, but I think kuyoqaliswa uFlavio Silva, because we're gonna need someone ozokwazi ukuthi ahlale eboxini masifuna ukufaka ama cross, not unless ke most of the time uzospenda adlala deep, but it is crucial ukuthi bayilungise zisasuka ukuthi no, wena focusa ukuthi ulinda amabhola laphana, because he's a box strike. Akusumuntu omela drop it, because if you can count all the goals that he has scored wakora seboxini, that shows ukuthi uyakwazi ukunukekelela ukuthi no, igoli lizoba ngala. So let's hope ukuthi ne supply izoba galo. Abuma umuntu udayimele baphakamisa amehlo Modi, and also uLilipo naye on the right is another player ekumele naye abhekeke man ukuthi ulungisa kanjani, ukuthi ubuya kanjani, come back after everything that happened at FNB. Is another player I believe ukuthi he has a lot to offer for Kaizer Chiefs, but okwamanje he's struggling, but uzothi maseka ibambile form yakhe abe right, because mind you lo muntu ubuya ku injury, so it is expected ukuthi angasigaya average performances. And then we need a lively bench. We need a lively bench that will understand ukuthi they gonna make things easier if they get subbed on second half. So need a bench eliphilayo. Ma wingers we need nokuthi sikwazi kube nama defenders azokwazi ukuthi if there's an emergency ukhona ulimala lapha emuva akwazi ukuslota in. Makati will be a sub, Monyane will be a sub, Vilakazi also is a sub, Batman is a sub, Velepai is a sub, Kanyesa Mayo is a sub, because if bekuya ngami the coaches bebanga at least badlala i442 kube ne false 9 bese kube ne striker, baqale uMayo no Silva, but angeke isebenze because you are looking for ukuthi uzodinga umuntu one experience eningi ukuthi makangena naye second half uzowazi ukuthi kumele ayenzeni, because if uzofuna ukusebenzisa uBatman ukuthi uzothembela kuye second half angeke ispanele ngalendlela esifunayo, because uMayo you know ukuthi even if angangena second half noma ungacross amabhola he's gonna be there competing, uzofuna ukhead, but uBatman is more of a ground player that plays his football lapha phansi. Le ama challenges in the air he's not that good lapho. He is a false 9, a typical false 9. I believe ukuthi that's it for today. Inkosi aliphele moya. Danko. Oh hey, touch mabaso hey, ningaze ningihame bafethu. Touch mabaso na is another player ozoyihlalela nje lapha ebhangeni ukuthi masimdinga second half angene naye awenze umehluko. Sobonana kwivideo elandelayo. Danko.